Hello everyone and welcome to today's gaming test video of the newly announced Xiaomi Pad Mini. Well, by the time you're watching this video, it's already been announced like, I think a few days? I'm not sure when I'm gonna publish this video, but yeah, this is the Xiaomi Pad Mini. And one reason why I personally requested to test out this device is because of its size. I'm someone who really likes small tablets because I don't really like humongous tablets. Having something like this that I can use one-handed is something that I really wish to have. I don't like the iPad mini because the screen of that thing sucks. So Xiaomi's Pad Mini seems to be one of the better options compared to the iPad mini. So with this tablet in hand, I'm gonna do some very quick disclaimer first. So we are testing it on the 8th of September, 11 p.m. Okay, I didn't realize the time, but we have to proceed anyway. And this tablet is using the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus, and then we have all of these cores and also the GPU. It's basically the same specs as the Xiaomi 15T Pro, and the gaming test video of that phone is also at the top right corner here because both of these devices are using the Dimensity 9400, and I'm really glad that they are actually switching over to MediaTek. So for the screen here, we can see quite high resolution, 1880 by 3008 pixels, and it can go up to 165 Hz. I'm not sure why there's a 144 and 120 Hz modes. So if you hit into the settings menu though, it's kind of funny because they only let you choose between 60, 90 and 165, up to 165 Hz. So probably these two are like stopgaps to reach 165 Hz. I'm not too sure, but it's there. And we also have 12 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM here, which is plentiful. You can watch our video at the top right corner here to know more about RAM speeds versus the RAM amount. RAM speed is much more important than your RAM amount after a certain point. So the battery, 7500 mAh, actually pretty big for a tablet of this size. So for this gaming test, we're gonna trim it down a bit because I don't want to play touchscreen games on a tablet like this, even though it is considered a small tablet and my hands can reach in. I'm just really not gonna deal with that, and we're only gonna test these 4 games. So let's go ahead and start with Genshin Impact first. So I'm very sure that these kind of numbers are very tiny, so I will make a larger version and show you on the screen as well so that we can see better instead of having such a small number on the screen. And before we do anything, I just want to show you that we can swipe in here. You can see this little white thing. Swipe in here, we can change the gaming modes. So as you can see here, there is balance and also wild boost. I'm just gonna use it in wild boost mode. And then the performance setting, which is a little weird, we can only change it to super resolution, which in this case doesn't actually do anything other than applying some sort of a color filter. So you can see the sky there is noticeably different. The greens are a bit more vivid and they call it super resolution. As far as I know, this doesn't actually increase the resolution at all. It just applies some sort of color filter, and that is also the same for visual boost as well. So I'm not really sure what's the difference between the two of these options. So I'm not gonna touch any of that for this gaming test video, and so let's get started with the test. So for Genshin Impact, I'm gonna use it in the absolute highest graphical settings. As you can see here, everything highest. And surprisingly, yes, it is using Vulkan API, and Vulkan API is going to be much more efficient in terms of power, and it will also give us more performance. So I'm going to be using my Guli Kit, what's this controller again? KK3 Max for this gaming test video. So I'm not really sure what to do in the game because we're at the tail end of version 5.8. And okay, that is inverted. Now, I'm not particularly sure how the thermals will be, because usually for a tablet, the entire back panel of the tablet is a giant heatsink. But since this is considered a tiny tablet, I'm not really sure how it will handle everything. Also, I'm not playing Genshin Impact for a very long time already, kind of retired, I would say, because I find other games to be much more enjoyable. So let's just do some random stuff here instead. I hate these enemies with the white shield. They are purpose made to be annoying. Oh my god, they are tough. Okay, they are not really that tough, but I thought they're those kind of overworld boss kind of situation. Not overworld boss, you know those local legends. Nothing a little pressure washing couldn't fix. What? You think this is Pokemon or what? I'm not gonna touch any of them now. Let's go to fight the chess boss. Again, we are at the tail end of version, what's that again? 5.8. I know by the time this video is out, what's that? Not Cry is also out, but our schedule doesn't allow us to delay that long because we have way too many videos to do for this Xiaomi launch. Yeah, the other mystery phone is the Xiaomi 15T Pro, by the way.
To remember the steps this time.
Oops! I thought I had it memorized.
Stop that! Bring it!
It is time to slay our foes with one almighty
This calls for some pomp and ceremony.
Why am I having energy issues?
Take flight!
dance, my dearest.
Try to remember the steps this time.
Let my name echo in song, let the mountain's veins boil.
Okay, real nice. Trash artifact? Yes. So I'm not really sure what's the render resolution, but it's taking in like 5-6 watts, somewhere around there. You know what? Let's travel to this island and do some of the treasures. I'm really not sure how I can travel here. As far as I know, it is gate locked, time gated, because I missed the event, so I can't go there now, whatever that means. So I'm just gonna continue hunting some treasure before we move on to the next game. Genshin Impact isn't really the most demanding game now, so we have Zenless Zone Zero and Wuthering Waves for that.
These should be worth something. Go on, take it.
I'll start recording here. As far as I can tell, it's very close to 60 FPS all the time, so really nothing to worry about here. The temperature is 36.5 degrees Celsius right now. Maybe we'll go higher, I'm not sure. I mean, that's the reason why we're doing gaming tests, right? Oh, I can't break this? Okay.
Settle down. Silence.
Wind strike.
Where are the other enemies? Is this an exploit? Maybe. But I'm not gonna use an archer character to do this. There we go, it's a lot simpler than using a bow character, right?
Words of the wise. Prepare yourself.
Into the wind. Bring it.
Anyway, I've been in the game for about half an hour. I'll just end the recording. Overall 60 FPS really consistently. Temperature is ever so slightly rising. We're consuming like 6-7 watts, which is quite high, but then again this is a tablet, so a larger screen means it will need more power to power more pixels. I'm not sure about the render resolution. Probably it's 1080p, but we'll see at the analysis part near the end of this video. And now it is time for Zenless Zone 0. So I will just show you the settings we're using. Basically everything highest graphical settings, and we'll see how things go. Actually, I do expect it to perform real good because the Xiaomi 15T Pro with the same chipset performed really well here. So I presume this would be more or less the same too. So we'll head to the flower boss right now. Actually, I will do a much longer test for Zenless Zone 0 because I need to do Lost Void anyway. So let's do the flower boss first because this is our quote-unquote benchmark. It's getting really dusty here.
Press forward.
So one of the reasons why Zenless Zone 0 is demanding is because they just render everything in this kind of arena, and especially for this arena, it has a lot of intricate details and also quite big. So I'm not surprised if, you know, all the highest end phones just don't get 60 FPS consistently in this test. Yeah.
It's over. Victory, the only option. Yeah. And the winner is me. I see it. No room for mercy. Don't get hit. It's over. Purging flash.
Oh, I don't want to waste that.
Shadowless blade. Direct hit. Shadowless blade. Ready for a fiery feast? Home run! I see it. Press forward. It's over. Purging flash. My blade is ready. Start right now. Company. We should move. Press forward. My blade is ready. The cold is silent. Direct hit. The cold is silent.
Ooh, I can stun it one more time. This is gonna be amazing.
My blade is already sheathed. Victory, the only option.
Ayo, why you move so far? Ayo, why you do this kind of BS move again?
Push back now.
Okay, that was real good. Not consistent 60 FPS, but very near consistent 60. And we managed to stun it for yet another time, so we deal like 120 million damage, which is actually amazing. We will now head to Lost Void because I need to do that thing. And why not just do Lost Void on gaming test, right? Since I need to do it anyway. So I think we just start recording here. But this beginning part is all the yapping though.
I'm here. There's no time to waste. It's over. I'm unstoppable. We're done. Weak on it. Tough luck. I see it. We're done.
My builds for Lost Void is usually the same. It's all based on ultimates.
No room for mercy. My blade is already sheathed.
What the heck is up with that scaling? That Did you see how small that thing is? That's certainly funny. Oh, it's these two guys.
Victory, the only option. Remember to smile. There's no time to lose. It's over. Victory, the only option. My blade is already sheathed. It's over. I swear on my blade.
There we go, first part done. I don't know what I did to my Miyabi. The HP keeps on declining when I'm attacking. Probably I didn't read what's the things that I chose.
Press forward. My blade is already sheathed. It's over.
It's okay.
My blade is already sheathed. My blade is already sheathed.
Oh damn, it's this boss.
No room for mercy. We go. Victory, the only option.
The last boss is gonna be challenging though. But I have confidence in myself.
It's over. I'm unstoppable. Catch you in the next life. Press forward. We go. Let our souls resonate. Behave fast. Press forward. My blade is already sheathed. Urging flash. My blade is already. Urging flash.
Oh, you're transforming.
Press forward. It's over. Press forward. This song is dedicated to the world. This will hurt. I swear on my blade. My blade is already sheathed.
Hey, Nicole! My Miyabi is dying, yo. So by the time you're watching this cut of the final fight, it's actually my third try because I kept dying. My Miyabi can't die. She's literally my only DPS.
No one can. My blade is ready. Purging flash. It's over. Press forward. Catch you in the next life. Purging flash. My blade is already. This song is dedicated to the world. I'm unstoppable. Catch you in the next life. I swear on my blade.
Oh my god, Nicole!
My blade is already.
I'm not sure if I can do it in a minute.
Swift and decisive. I swear on my blade.
This boss is extremely tanky.
My blade is already sheathed. I swear on my blade. the message. It's over.
I don't think I can do it.
Purging flash.
Damn. Okay, never mind. I won't do it here because it's gonna take a really long time. But overall, temperature is rising, I can see, but overall gameplay experience is real smooth. That's why I don't have any complaints at all. For COD Mobile, as you can see here, we can go ultra frame rate with medium graphical quality. I think it's the same as the Xiaomi 15T Pro as well. So I'm just gonna turn up all of these settings and copy it to BR mode. So let's use all of these settings and go into a game. The field of view is weird. All I can say is COD Mobile 120 FPS, not gonna be an issue. This is actually the reason why I skipped PUBG Mobile, by the way, because COD Mobile is so well optimized for any phones, any modern device to run it at the native render resolution and also refresh rate. I just don't think that any modern device will have any issues running this game at all.
Watch out. A9 unit incoming.
Dogs! Hi, allow me to introduce myself.
Airdrop has been delivered. Half of the teams are eliminated.
50 caliber gun. One shot, one kill sniper though. Kinda risky. Let's do it.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Oh, it's so difficult to aim on a controller. Ah, there we go.
Down to the last 5 teams.
I see you.
Only 2 teams left. Getting close to victory.
One more left. You know I can use this thing to see you, right?
Void Walker activated.
There we go. Yeah, really good frame rate overall. It's not 120, but it's like 1 or 2 FPS below 120. Whatever. I mean, it's super smooth, real consistent performance, so nothing out of the ordinary here because COD Mobile isn't exactly a demanding game anyway. Now, for Wuthering Waves, it's a bit more funky because we do have quite a lot of settings to play around, and we have ultra high resolution, okay, everything at the absolute highest, and we also switched it over to Vulkan API. So here it is, Vulkan API, and actually all games should be using Vulkan because it's much more efficient, and also you're gonna get better performance. That's what I'm gonna say. So I won't start recording first because I need to farm the... No, I need to farm the weekly boss. Which weekly boss do I need? So you can see the frame rate here is like 45, 44. And just to confirm, yes, we have enabled it to 60 FPS. So, okay, this is interesting. I'm not sure how well Wuthering Waves will play on this tablet with such high resolution.
Reapproaching sound speed.
Stop flying.
Are we there yet?
Frame rate is certainly funky. Okay, we are done with that. Actually, I need to farm some other bosses, so let's go do that. Who else do I need? Sanhua. Yeah. I can see the power consumption is real high, and it doesn't seem to be thermal throttling. So 42.5 degrees Celsius. Interesting.
In war with time. Don't give up. Prepare it will be. Begin. Life or death, no alternative. The soul never ends.
Yeah, the frame rate in this kind of arena combat, 30 FPS. Below 30. Interesting. Well, that is mostly because this game's render resolution can go really high, and we are consuming a lot of power here.
Approaching sound speed. Loading. Astral modulation. Prepare it will be. Begin.
13 watts of power. Interesting, interesting. And one of the most demanding tests that I know on Wuthering Waves is actually going into this little nest here, because there are lots of enemies all at once and you have to really spam your skills. Any frame drops means you're potentially gonna unalive your character. So I will start the recording here. Okay, 9 something watts. It's actually really high in terms of power consumption. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my god. This is what I like to see. Oh yes. Power consumption was really high. I mean, even walking around here is like 9 watts. Damn. I will break the recording here because now we are going to head to the next area with the same type of nest, which is in the new Sanguis Plateau. So I'll start the recording here. Ooh, the wattage is real high. I love to see that. Okay, done. I will end the recording here. Whew, that's intense. And now we'll move to the last nest. Also, same type of combat. Start recording here. It's gonna reach the thermal limit soon. I think the 44.5 degrees Celsius is the thermal limit. We are at 44.1 now. Okay, we've done the combat already. And we're still consuming like nearly 9 watts, which is not sustainable, even for a tablet, because you know, a tablet, the back of the tablet is essentially a giant heatsink. But then again, this is I would say a small tablet, so the total surface area is not that much larger than a phone. Actually, it is a lot larger than a phone, but much smaller than the conventional 11-inch tablet or whatsoever that we come to know. So let's just fly around and we'll make it thermal throttle. So you can see the power dropped from about 9 watts down to 6.5. That is to control the thermals. And now it's back to 10 watts. Okay. It's basically stuck at 44.5 degrees Celsius. So I think if it can maintain this temperature throughout the entire gameplay session, I think it's okay. It's just that Wuthering Waves, it's a really demanding game in comparison with Genshin Impact. Actually, for all games in that matter, because the graphics are amazing, the render resolution of this game is actually really high. Oh my god, wrong. Yeah, it's just maintained at 44.5 degrees Celsius. I can do that again if I want to. Yeah, it dropped back down to 44.3. So yes, it is thermal throttling down and we're getting like 15, 16 FPS when thermal throttling. Okay. Yeah, I think we're done here. It's still very difficult to make it thermal throttle, but it is possible. So when it does thermal throttle, this is the experience you are gonna get. I would say it's not really, how do you say this? Not really representative of everyone's experience. But still, yeah, it is very highly possible to make it thermal throttle. Oof! And now that we are done with the 4 games, let's take a look at the FPS stats. So, for Genshin Impact, it is consuming 6 point something watts average. As you can see here, it's actually like, yeah, 6-7 watts average, somewhere around there. And overall, no bottlenecks, no nothing, and overall gameplay was very smooth. Yeah, the dips is because either I was teleporting or I was swapping teams, so nothing to worry about. Overall render resolution quite low, I would say 1728 by 1080. Now Zenless Zone 0 is the oh, no wonder. Okay, it's very demanding. So you can see the render resolution 2406 by 1504. It's way beyond 1080p. This is like 1440p. Yeah, 1440p level. So you can see its power consumption during the flower boss fight. It's around 9 something watts average, and as you can see here, I would just say, yeah, it's nearly 10 watts average. So there are some frame dips here and there, but overall nothing below 30 FPS. From my gaming experience, it's actually really smooth, so nothing out of the ordinary here. And do remember, we get to stun the boss one more time compared to many other gaming tests that we did, so this test is technically extended compared to the usual test that we do. And then for Zenless Zone 0 again, this is when we did Lost Void. Ignore all of the dips here because we are entering another node or in a loading screen. Overall power consumption, I would say it's real high, so about like 9-10 watts, somewhere around there. And the overall frame rate is also really good. It hovers somewhere around like 50 something FPS most of the time, and you can see the temperature is like one straight line. The orange line is the temperature. I'm not surprised because Zenless Zone 0 is really demanding. That's why it's consuming average of like 9-10 watts, somewhere around there, 8 to 10 watts. Yeah, it thermal throttled here because you can see it dropped and then it maintained here, and the temperature is like 45, nearly 45 degrees Celsius. Actually, the temperature did drop a bit here. So yeah, that is thermal throttling. Maximum temperature 44.7 degrees Celsius. I would say the thermal throttling temperature is somewhere near 44.5, somewhere around there. This is interesting. I like this kind of data. I'm a nerd. So COD Mobile, nothing to talk about. So I'm not sure why the first 3 minutes is 90 FPS, but then it eventually jumped back up to 120 FPS and maintained all the way through the entire gaming test. Actually, this kind of graph only happens for Xiaomi devices. I'm not sure why for Xiaomi devices in particular, COD Mobile likes to jump between 90 and 120 FPS. In this case, it jumps from 90 to 120 and then maintain it all the way, so that's actually good. Yeah, basically 120 FPS consistently throughout the entire gameplay, so nothing to talk about here. Power consumption is also, I would say, pretty low, but the render resolution is 1800 by 2880. Is this native render resolution? I think it is. Real good, actually. This is what I like to see. Proper optimization, and we can use the full potential of the screen for the game. Okay, Wuthering Waves is gonna be funky. Look at that render resolution, 3008 by 1880. Wow. Yeah, this is the native render resolution, right? Yes, 3008 by 1880. So Wuthering Waves was basically playing at the native render resolution, higher than COD Mobile, because COD Mobile was running at 1800 by 1880. This one is native render resolution. No wonder we can only get 30 FPS. Okay, now I understand. And this is during, I forgot what this is. The first nest, right? Yeah, the first nest. So average consumption is around 10 watts. Actually, it's way beyond that. You can see certain parts of it during the more intensive parts of the fight, we can draw upwards of 14 watts. Not the highest that I've seen on a mobile device, but for a tablet, passively cooled tablet, this is very dangerous. That is why it thermal throttled in the end. So when we did the second nest here, we can see average power consumption also really high, touching 14 watts as well. Actually, no, surpassing 14 watts for a split second here. Wow. Okay, so you can see the frame rate is also 30 FPS is at most what you're gonna get, and it's gonna dip below that. And then comes the last nest. So the last nest, as we can see, it's basically gonna thermal throttle any moment there. And as you can see, the frame rate did drop here, and I suppose that's where the power consumption spikes, right? Yes, for this nest in particular, it's drawing way too much power all the time, above 10 watts for, I think, basically the entire fight, right? Yeah, that's crazy. I'm liking this kind of data. So yeah, overall I would say the wattage here is really high when you start to push it to its limits. And again, I just want to do a quick recap here. Remember that this is essentially a tiny tablet, not much bigger than a phone, but also not that much smaller than a typical 11-inch tablet. This is 8.8 inches, and if you account for all of the bezels and whatnot, the bezels are actually quite thin here. So I'm just gonna show you something bright. I'm not sure what's bright. Let's just go Mi Canvas. Okay, you can definitely see the bezels now. The bezels are quite small, so yeah, what I'm saying is that the overall surface area of this tiny tablet isn't exactly that big. So even though this entire back is a giant heatsink, it does only feel barely warm to the touch. Yeah, what I'm saying is that this small tablet isn't gonna have that much surface area compared to an 11-inch or even 13-inch tablet. So the overall heat dissipation is not gonna be as effective. So that is why when we play Wuthering Waves at such a high render resolution, it's gonna draw a lot of power and eventually thermal throttle. It's very, very difficult to make it thermal throttle, but it is indeed possible. So I really hope that this video will shine a light on how this tablet will perform. Let me know what you think about this tablet in particular. I'm basically liking this tablet size a lot. The gaming performance is actually considered really good for a passively cooled tablet. And again, very high render resolution, especially for Wuthering Waves, and we are playing it at the highest graphical settings too. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. I'd love to know what you think about this tablet. For me, I just like it being a single-handed tablet like this. We'll talk more about this in our full review, and do remember to like and subscribe. Let me know what you want us to test about this tablet. No, by the time you watch this video, I have already returned the tablet. Yeah. So yeah. We'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Remember to watch our video about the Xiaomi 15T Pro too. Yes. Goodbye.